with service and everything.
And
But I know they don't stop the
No,
one that's there. They don't stop that one. I know that they clean it.
and I think they only clean when we call, don't
That's how it's been.
they? Okay,
I don't know.
so we'll find out. I'll ask.
so you're thinking you might be better off buying one and,
Yeah, I mean, if it's so many months out of the year, anyway, is it better to buy one
was it 6 months? Do you use it for 6 months?
at least? I think if we get it for 80,
Okay.
but I don't know how much.
But
they
you
charge
need to know how much they
for-
charge to service it.
I'll find out. Okay.
Okay.
Other old business, the surveys about Denny's marked off the whole south end. And the size, there's old fencing out there, says marks the boundaries on the edges. And the south side, he put in, stakes. The rest of the paperwork should be done here shortly. What's your thought on next month having Michael Bain come in and talk to us about that service again for the trees?
I think we should move forward.
Service again?
Have him come in and discuss, having Jim, get quotes for the trees.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we should, it sounds like it's time to do that.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
Which trees are those at the north end we're talking?
All, no, out in the woods, we're having them harvested, walnut trees and things like that.
Oh, okay.
So we actually have extra funds for the airport.
Oh, so you sell, somebody comes in, pays for the trees,
Yep.
all for the wood and get some income from it, okay.
Any movement on the door?
No,
Okay.
no, it hasn't, a month hadn't been up yet, and maybe I could call him and ask him how close he's getting.
Okay.
We could do it if a
Yeah,
couple of us want to go do it.
So we need the new hardware and.
The hardware.
The hardware's always need to do 2x6 or 2x8, whatever it is.
I think so.
The top boards,
Yeah.
the top boards broke.
Maybe some new lag bolts put through it to hold the sheet metal onto it and braces on the sides to
Do you still have your lift?
connect.
Do you still have that lift?
Yeah, but I don't know, would that work there? You mean the one I used for that's kind
It'd be easier than a ladder.
well, I've got a scissor lift.
Either that or the backhoe to strap it and lift it. We do that,
We could do that.
might be easier to do it that way.
Let me call him and see if he's
Strap.
Like I was,
gonna get to it, or I'd rather he do it, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to, but if he's not ever gonna get to it, we just need to get it done and get him paying rent again.
Cheapskate.
What?
Which door, well, the hangar
The
door?
southwest hangar door.
Oh, the one that fell over a
Yeah.
while back, okay.
then I have the phone for the club hanger and the other one, and Hank's gonna help me with that, I think.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't have surgery first.
Yeah, that's the next discussion. Other old business, anything on the flying?
There probably was today,
Okay,
but I don't know the details, and it was calling Jen and not me, so I don't know what's been said or not said. Because apparently DC3 is a possibility. So.
okay.
That'd be something.
That'd be
It's
awesome.
supposed to be cool as shit to just see it, land there.
It's not like the P-51 that came in last year, that was pretty. I got the video of that taken off, that's pretty.
Let's see, any other old business?
I had the door fixed on the 4-H building.
Okay, what that cost us?
I don't know. I wasn't there when they finished it. I assume they just took the bill or they'll send a bill to town. He knew it was. I didn't do anything about the bill. They have an account with the town, so I just figured it would take care of itself.
Okay, I probably should have a quote before we actually authorize the work.
Was this, oh, what door?
The overhead door on the 4H building.
The spring was broke.
Oh,
I mean, I didn't know that we'd need to get a quote, because it's,
who did that? Or
Overhead
who's the
door.
town? Oh.
I mean, I figured they were gonna do it regardless, so I don't know.
Yeah, we probably should get 2 or 3.
Well, at the last meeting, I told you I would take care of it, and you said, go ahead.
Well, you said you'd call them and find out how much it was.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea that I said
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's done. And I ain't called help for it yet.
You just did it.
Oh, well, okay. Maybe and probably if anybody catches down, Julie will give it
To me,
to you, yeah.
I'll go, I didn't authorize it, and then she'll call you.
No, she won't.
What else?
You said call Jeff about the payment.
Oh, yeah, I should probably. I don't know what's taking them so long. They're probably just busy as hell.
And this is
They're
different.
always busy.
Which one are we doing?
Both of them.
Which,
Both of them, plus,
We had money left over.
plus the tank pad.
Oh, yeah, tank that.
And it worked. What?
Talking about pads on the west side of the west hangar,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
concrete like we did on the east side, okay.
Would like putting the tank over there by our building, just like next to the door, is that where you think it ought to be?
No, if you, like halfway down the wall, I would put it, I wouldn't put it near the door.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought we said halfway down the wall so you could pull the tractor without having to get close to anything, or that, what was that pole there too, right?
well, yeah, okay. I just didn't know where would, okay. All right. But, yeah. And they'll just pour a flat pad and we'll just have to figure out what to put underneath it to
Yeah.
level it up. Or there may have to put some block or something. And we'll have to paint it.
Well, yeah,
Paint
have to
the,
degrease it first.
Oh, well, that could
It's
help.
not gonna stick to it with all that diesel fuel in it. What else? Old?
Well, I had planned sometime along, just go down and paint the fence
Okay.
with a airless, I have an airless sprayer.
So do I.
Oh, okay.
Those things are great.
I love that thing. They can, you can throw so much paint. And I've got the paint. I took it out of the hanger last fall so it wouldn't freeze.
Okay.
Or not the hanger, but the maintenance building.
New business. Hank told me he's going to have surgery in the next month or 2. So he said we should start looking for a replacement.
For good or just for when he's off?
He said if you find somebody permanently, he's good with that.
that was a hint.
Matter of fact, he said if you found somebody right now, he'd be okay with it. So my son volunteered, sort of. I suggested it.
Sort of.
So he said he'd do it, so. Earlier in the year, I got an email from, or a text from, sorry,
Donnie.
Donnie, about him wanting to do it.
Donnie.
Benedict.
Oh, him
But-
himself wants to do it?
But he can't.
Oh, they can't.
Well,
What is conflict of
Oh,
interest?
yeah.
he can't work.
You can't get paid when you're on.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So I sent the town attorney an email to get clarification. He hasn't gotten back to me yet, but it's pretty cut that he can't work for
For the
the
city.
town if he is an elected official for the town. So. Anybody else have anybody else they want to suggest?
I ain't got nobody. I'm not gonna suggest me.
I saw Carl put his hand up. No. Or that was over. I mean, if it's not their son, then round robin it is.
Well, he's got experience with tractors and shit, because
Yeah,
his grandpa had a farm. He went to school for ag, so he knows tractors.
I'll say Lucas, right?
Huh?
Your son is Lucas, no?
I don't know. Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Close.
I-
There's an S at the end.
Yes. Nicholas, okay.
So is he not going to school or anything, or what's
He's working at Lowe's. I'm working on his commercial with him. So,
Alright. Well, I move we get Nicholas to
second?
give out more.
all those favor?
Aye.
Same hourly rate, I think.
Say what?
Same
Same.
hourly rate,
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
believe so.
I don't know what that was, but
15.
yeah, I mean, I was amazed at how little we paid last year.
Yeah. Cause, you know, we only do like 8 or 10 hours a week, except for on the 4th of July, or takes a little more care. We save a lot of money.
Yes, we did.
Me too.
I don't know if it's more the mower or changing the employees.
Probably both.
Yeah.
Probably a combination of that.
Anybody else have any new business?
Carl does.
We'll do this first.
I
Valerie comes out.
don't have
Okay,
any.
I wasn't sure if this was the time.
Oh. All that junk that's on the backside of the new 4-H building. I was just gonna take my trailer down there and load it up and take it to, Newcastle.
What's back there?
All the siding that I took off the building and those gates, I don't know, I'm not gonna throw the gates
The
away.
gates are expensive.
Those are all rotten through, but I mean, they're not worth much, but they're, but,
Should we put the siding?
and
Should we keep the siding?
keep the
Does
siding.
the siding match the building?
That's what, that's what I was wondering.
Some
I mean,
of
we get.
some of us
not enough
nasty
wind.
dust.
As long as it's okay, we should probably hang on to it.
Where are you gonna put it?
What's wrong with right where it's at for now? It's on the way.
Well, it just looks like,
What if we put it in the building?
huh?
Store it in the building.
Okay, well, I won't mess with it then.
Oh, and do we need to do anything with the stuff in the attic? Whatever's up.
There's not hardly anything.
Oh, it's nothing.
There's only 2 totes up there. One's empty and one's got a jacket in. So not really much to worry about.
What are our plans for that building?
Good idea.
Okay,
It's a nice building.
it is.
I mean, I haven't, like I said, Maltown's closing, but I haven't really said anything to anybody or talked to anybody else about it.
I've had a couple of calls from people down there, but I don't think that would fit anything.
There wasn't hangar space or,
Yeah,
well,
my list for people for hangers is now 5 long,
oh,
and we only have 6 hangers.
oh. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Well, things ought to be empty sooner than later.
Let's see, he wants to hang on to it.
Well,
On plane then.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Would we allow that?
we do now.
I do now.
Oh, I thought he had a hanger just because he had a plane.
No, he was working on stuff
Yeah.
before.
Mhm.
I mean, in a weird way, Mark's one plane would fit in the horse building.
Well, all the pieces would too.
That's true. I mean, well, he's probably right there.
And yeah, just keep your minds running on that when we talk about it later. We've got plenty of time. There's nothing to,
Do we want to run that by Mark? I mean, I don't know.
well, I don't know, because I know the optimists were thinking about using that for the 4th of July,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
so,
That's true. For events.
yeah,
It would be great for that, but
it would.
if it's just gonna be one time a year, what's kind
Yeah.
of waste?
I was just thinking parts in a building is better than in a usable hangar space, but someone with wings attached. How big is the list?
5,
Some from down there?
Me, him, somebody from Indianapolis, and two from Milton.
From what I hear about what people pay for hangar space. And I don't wanna screw our deal up, but we're not paying that.
Yeah,
So I'm wondering if it wouldn't be a benefit for us to build some more hangars and charge what we ought to be charging.
we need the money to build them first.
Well, if we sell the trees,
That's what
we'll
we're
have,
working for.
okay.
That's kind of my thought on it, but. Take care of any of the upgrades that we need first, and whatever's left over, use on building hangars.
Like I said, even if we started out with some structure that doesn't have some, I mean, just two sides,
Yeah,
doors.
yeah.
Like an open. Cause I mean, even in Old Town, I mean, some of those aircraft would benefit from that.
Or if we build something that put doors on plate.
That's what I was thinking, just make it upgradable kind of thing.
What do you pay at Newcastle?
130, I think.
And what do we pay?
The open one is 60, you guys pay 75 for the club.
I'm surprised that list isn't 50 people, not 5. Cause a guy from Ohio told us how much they pay a grass strip, and I was like, whoa.
So just keep in mind, think about those things. We'll talk about it next month.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? What you got?
I think you answered the question about the wait list,
Okay,
so I'm like number 2 on.
number 2.
Okay, good. Good.
I think you're number 2.
Well, I'm number 1
For
for either where the club's playing is, that's not going anywhere, or Dick's, or if we ever get Marvin's.
Marvin's hanging
Yeah.
back, how's that coming there?
We're working slowly.
Working slowly.
Yeah.
The wheels of government work slowly.
Yes.
Okay, we're still working on it. How big is that? I don't recall the size
Is
of
it
it.
50 by 50? Something like that.
I know we had quite a bit of, we had a few planes and
Oh.
projects and
Yeah.
it's a nice hangar. It'd be great if we could get that back.
Right now, the tent has a whole bunch of stuff and all their electrical stuff is in there, the snow plow's in there, the leaf sucker, I think, is in there. Yeah.
But they don't have anywhere else to put it.
No.
This is the problem. They can't vacate it.
And the other problem is they want to build a building that's like 3 times that size. For everything to go into one place,
Mhm.
the funds aren't there.
Yeah, that's like an expensive building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So for that to happen, they have to come up with the funds. It's not a priority. Because they have a building that works.
yeah.
So. Ross, anything?
I'm sorry.
Did you have anything else?
That was the main thing. I know there's a little mention about the DC-3 and what's the schedule as far as our activities this summer at the airport? I know they're talking about doing something.
That
Yeah,
is an EAA discussion, not actually a board discussion.
Okay. All right. Okay,
That's a joint venture between Optimus and the EAA. The board just approves that they can use it.
okay. You mentioned something about trees. Is there any trimming gonna be done on the trees at the north end? Those are on private property, which has always been an issue.
They don't need to be until the state tells us that we have to have them trimmed.
Oh, because of the
And
approach.
it's inspected every year.
Okay,
Yep.
so they're saying they're still low
Yep.
enough, okay. It would be nice if
When
those
was the last
cut out
time,
there, totally eliminated.
you don't have any idea when the last time they were trimmed was?
I could look, but it's been like, it was like 2 or 3 years before we came in, so.
Yeah, there was, tell you an interesting story about up at Smithfield, up in Fort Wayne. They had issues with trees, it's all landlocked. And the airport authority bought the houses along Ludwig, which is on the south side of the airport. They bought the houses, went and chopped down all the trees And then they put them up for sale with restrictions on vegetation.
Hmm.
And that's how they solved the approach problem for 5.
Well, the thing
Running
is,
5.
here, the problem is nobody pays attention to where the displaced threshold is.
I do,
No, but everybody else, that's why the trees are a problem for people.
yeah,
Because if you pay attention where the displaced threshold is, the trees are nowhere near.
yeah,
I never have worried about those trees, not one time,
Yeah.
and
so,
there's not a problem.
And the reason it's displaced.
yeah, that's the whole reason.
So you've still got 3,000 feet of,
Sufficient, yeah,
and you're going uphill.
anyway, but that's how they solved it up to the field, they just bought all the houses and.
Yeah, we can't afford that either.
And I remember they went in and they used probably whatever domain, eminent domain or whatever, they went and bought all those houses. And then they just buzzed them all down. And then put them up for sale with the restrictions, like you can't let anything get above a certain height and solve the problem. That didn't solve the problem on the other 3 approaches, but at least it helps on that approach.
Anything else?
I guess the other thing on the trees, if something blew them down, there's probably no, well, of course, it'd take a while for them to grow back up, so that solved the problem. Yeah. There wouldn't be any type of restriction there. No, I think that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Sounds like you're keeping everything under control,
We're trying.
making improvements. I'm glad to see that in this recent years. So compliments to the whole board and everybody that's volunteered and all
Thank you.
that stuff, making sure everything's, we're making improvements and, just keep them going. The pilot lighting control seems to be working fine.
Good.
One more thing, you got the water on.
Yes, water's on. It has not been tested, so don't drink it.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't have a chance to run it in because one of the lines burst.
Mhm.
A little short piece, this freaking long. I hate
Oh.
packs.
inside the building.
Yeah,
Uh,
so. I hate packs. I'd rather it all be copper.
that's what everybody wants to use in new houses. Is
Yeah.
What's the problem with PEX?
It's,
Doesn't expand and contract.
when it starts to expand, it will actually weaken it. Whereas
Okay.
copper doesn't expand, it just holds the pressure,
Right.
so. But, oh well, it's fixed.
It's fixed. Yeah, the pipe control lighting seems to be working okay. I know there's work been done on the lights and keep those going, so that's good. And there was some talk about that controller. Not working right. I found, I don't know if you knew about a few years ago, Bob, and found that the antenna sticking out of the top of the box had a bad connection, so I made a new antenna, fixed it, and
Oh,
it seems to be working. And it seems to be working fine, and it plugs right into the receiver box. It's kind of inside the big box, there's a receiver box and the connection, it's like all corroded and stuff. So I made a new antenna and sealed it all up and everything, and since then it seems to be working okay, so. Cool. Because there was a while there was like, click, 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 and nothing happened. Well, no wonder the antenna was, antenna didn't work. So that's been working well, so.
Anything else, gentlemen?
I don't think so.
Birds in the hangar, well, that's what I'm going for.
We do not know what to do about that.
We're trying different things.
Yeah, I know when they put the new roof
It's-
on several years ago, it opened up more space, but it seems to break and brought more in.
It seems to have gotten really bad just inside our walk-in door.
Right.
All kinds of grass and shit in there that
Oh, I know.
they're bringing in to build nests, and it's just a mess.
And the blanket over the cow we used in the winter, they picked it all to pieces to build.
Nesting material.
That's the only reason we put it on anymore is just to protect it from the birds. We don't need it during the summer. We leave it on there in the summer too, so.
It's nasty in there.
I know there's always the gap around the door, the bifold door, but along the other walls, when they put the new roof on, metal roof on, it opened up space and that seems to allow more to get in. So you probably have to seal those up better with some
Yeah.
deterrent stuff, like some, I've seen the prickly stuff they use. It's like little pokies. Fill the hole with some metal piece and has little pointed things on it, keeps some birds away. Something like that would help. But it's not gonna help around the door unless we figure out a way to do the same thing on it.
Yeah, around the door is no bad.
You know what?
Just-
Speaking of birds, At our house, we have some of our vehicles parked outside. There's this one bird that wants to perch on the side mirrors of the cars and makes messes on the door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking, does somebody have a gun?
I'm not so sure they don't sit there.
And it's just
looking
one
themselves in the
thing.
mirror.
It's been going on for weeks, so it's like, I'm ready to call somebody with a gun, you know, can you take care of that bird? Just one bird, that's all I need.
Motion to adjourn?
A second,
All in favor?
that what I was supposed to, yeah.
Aye.
Bob? Yeah, okay.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
He called us gentlemen.
He
Gentlemen,
must not
Yeah.
be around us now.
Yeah. He don't know us very well.
well, I'd say Bob was here too.
What are we building here? Just a new hangar or a new?
What is that? Is this some other city building? So Bob's on vacation.
Manchester edition?
And on the far right.